Okay. Good morning.
Hello, happy Friday.
Good morning, sis.
How are you?
Is it Friday?
It is Friday. Happy Friday. Friday before Halloween, which I'm excited about, even though I don't have my costume yet.
Oh, you don't have it? I don't have anything either.
I might just dress up like myself. Amazing costume. But super happy to be here for sure and excited and to do this. Definitely with a better attitude. So something I learned from last recording was, that this is a commitment that I made with myself, and obviously giving my best self to this video is definitely a must. So coming here with not feeling the best is something I don't want to do again. So I'm happy because last video did show me a lot, brought a lot of awareness, made me look at myself in different ways. And obviously, I think my first reaction for a second was, oh, let me make excuses as to why I felt that way or why I reacted or why I did this instead of that or whatever. And obviously, I didn't do that. I just was like, okay, so maybe this is why you felt that, and kind of like look deep into why I am the way that I am, or choose to act a certain way or feel, maybe that I'm not good enough, or maybe that I'm embarrassed to say things. So really look at those things, and I'm not. I think I am definitely great, and I do think that I have a lot to share. And another thing that we realize about how we are actually just doing this as we go versus scripted, right?
Right.
You said something very wise to me last week about that, and obviously everybody wants to be prepared when they do something, I think, or kind of like have like some sort of roadmap.
Yes.
But it's not what we're trying to achieve here. So just being okay with all of that, because again, I'd rather be on the safe side. It's all about protecting ourselves, I guess, right?
Yeah. And I think for me, because you mentioned the roadmap, because what we did last time is that was the first time that we chose. It wasn't the first time.
No.
But it was definitely a topic that wasn't like, ooh, we want to talk about this. It wasn't like
well, you're not prepared. You're not ready. You don't have any emotions at the time for it.
Right. I wasn't connected to it. So
yeah.
it was like, I do love the topic. I did love the topic. And we will revisit the topic of respect. Because it's a powerful, powerful topic. But we're going to do it when we're connected to it.
Yeah.
Which ain't today.
Definitely, for sure.
But we do want to talk about today is a question that actually one of the viewers of our first episode from East Africa left a comment and wanted to know how polygamy is practiced in the traditions of West Africa. So
polygamous, let's go over everything.
If you don't know what polygamy is when a man has multiple wives.
And then something that I learned today, that new term for the opposite, when
polyandry is when, look at my smile. I noticed that I'm really smiling. Polyandry is when a woman has multiple husbands.
Yeah. I am more than happy to just care for one. Only one is good enough for me. But yeah, that is a controversial topic. That is something that.
How do you feel about both of them? Personally, and how do you feel about it personally for your life, and how do you feel about witnessing it in other people's lives?
For my life, I think in order to practice that, you
do one at a time. Polygamy and then polyandry.
Okay, for polygamous, for me, having more than one wife.
For you to have, for your husband to have more than one wife.
Yes, no.
But why?
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm gonna explain. But the answer would be no. Obviously, old Jenny would definitely be hell no. New Jenny still stands with that. But I think in order to do that, you have to be very mature, very secure, very on another page, and I don't think I would. I'm in any of those pages at all. Neither do I think I want to have more than a husband, or I will put up with my husband having more than one wife. I don't think that's something that I would do. Now, the people that do practice that, I think, oh my gosh, more power to you, for sure.
Have you witnessed it? Have you ever seen it done, like firsthand?
I don't think I have met anybody that has had more than 2 wives, or a woman that
So
has
you have met, you just haven't witnessed it, because our Aluo has more than one wife.
Yes.
Well,
yeah. Well, yes.
Not currently, but
he's
has.
had.
Yes.
Yeah. So, but I've seen it on TV. You know, I know it's a thing, but yeah, I mean, I know friends, I guess, that maybe practice something like it. I haven't seen it firsthand. I have not been in that room. But
what are you talking about?
We're talking about something completely different. Getting married.
Oh my God, Lord.
My bad. Okay, so yeah, that's completely something. You see what can happen when you talk about things? You automatically change things up or assume other things, and now I'm like on another level of which is not even polygamous at this point. So, I mean, I would love to interview or talk to somebody who actually practices that. Aside from our Lu, I think, because I think I've asked him a few questions.
Yeah, we had a conversation about it for your TAFA.
Yeah, I would like to see what are the benefits of it, and like, why do they do it? Is it easier? Is it...
Well, I'm about to talk about it.
Yeah, you are really good at this subject. For me, no, I don't want to practice polygamous or that other word. But
Polyandry.
Polyandry, where I have more than one husband. No.
But why not for that one? You still feel like you have to be... What do you feel like you have to access in character in order to pull that off? As well as your spouse.
I think probably just the fact of sharing your organ with 2 people, or not my organ, but his organ. But yeah, like sharing, having multiple partners, or like 2 husbands.
So it's about sex for you.
It's sex and just a relationship. I don't know how I will act with 2 husbands. It's not something that I've ever wanted to experience or try, so it's not like I thought about this before, or, oh my God, would I enjoy having 2 husbands? I mean, I'm sure there's a positive side to it. You probably get 2 birthday gifts, double comprehension, double penetration. Like, there is probably a lot of good things in this, but I don't think I was born or came to this earth to have more than one spouse.
All right. Well.
Yeah, especially not legally.
Wow. So polygamy, I have witnessed it at my Aluo's house. My Aluo is the man who initiated me into Ifa. Aluo means teacher. He is the person that officiated my Ifa. He's the person who has taught me Ifa, as well as my husband. Do not get it twisted. Like, I've learned a lot from my spouse. Excuse me. So I'm trying to think if there's anyone else down there. No, he'd be the only one when I went to Nigeria who I witnessed it with. Yeah, I want to be sure. Yeah, I haven't seen it anywhere else that I can recall.
I feel like the ones that we witnessed, or the ones that I know, they're undercover. They're not legally.
That's not what. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. So now, in the tradition of Ifa practice, and from my understanding of Yoruba culture, it is, which kind of is one and the same. There are Yoruba people who practice things outside of Ifa, such as Islam, such as Christianity, whatever. And obviously, those people who practice in those ways, those religions, are not going to practice polygamy because it's, well, I don't know about Islam. I'm not sure. I can't speak on that. I know in Christianity, it is frowned upon to have more than one wife. Okay. What was I going to say? I'm sorry. Don't feel my best. Excuse me.
Polygamy is the difference between it.
So, what I witnessed is, like, the first time that I met my Aluo, at that time he had, was it 2 or 3? I want to say it was 3 wives. Why can't I remember the 3rd? Oh God, I hope they don't see this video. But anyways, I want to say it was 3. And I was like blown away because it's like a system. Like, my Aluo, how he runs and practices Ifa, how he runs his house is outstanding. So it's like everybody works together to pull it off. Everybody has something to do. So it's not like just having a few wives to, have sex. Like, this isn't about just intimacy and getting your rocks off. This is like about building a team, building a posse, and making sure that this well-oiled machine is running at top-notch capacity. So, and that's what I witnessed. Like, there was one wife that had a store, there was one wife that stayed home and but attended to the kids, and then another wife did like the cooking and the cleaning. Like everyone like posseed up and had something to do.
They share the chores and responsibilities.
They share responsibilities. So you got a wife that's, like a business and entrepreneur that's bringing in money. You got a wife that's like the house manager, and then you have a wife that's like the manager of the children.
Yeah.
Right? And then like all of the kids refer to the moms as mom, and they just like it's one big happy family. It's really beautiful to witness. And like because Chris used to mess with me before he first took me down here. He'd be like, so you open to having more than one? I'm like, boy, don't be crazy. That is not happening. And like Maya Luo cracks up because he's always like, oh, Jaquetta would blow Miami up. He's like, no, Chris, no. The world would explode. But anyways, I lost my train of thought being silly. So I've witnessed it and I've watched it in that capacity be amazing. Now,
that's the thing. There's always a positive to a negative, negative to a positive.
I need to be more prepared because there are verses of Ifa that speak on. Let me put it to you like this. My understanding when it comes to polygamy in the tradition of Ifa is it really is important on what your Odu is, your sign, your Odu. That will tell you if this is a good idea for you or not. Not every man, and that's the other thing. Let me stop real quick. So when it comes to polygamy, like I said, you need to be able to provide for these women. Like it's not, again, just about collecting wives and like
there's a purpose behind.
There's a purpose, and you better have the status and the funds and the capacity, the emotional capacity, everything to handle all of that. But the one I had read a verse where I can't think of what the verse was from the Odu, but there's a verse where basically Romila wanted more than one wife, so he was married to Oshun, and like basically their system was she picked the wives, but then there was one instance where he didn't want her to pick the wives and shit went haywire. And I'm always thinking like, see, that's where things get wrong because men get conceited, they get cocky, and they get in this control situation.
You have to be in a very mature
and that's not a mature situation. No. You get in this control capacity and you want to, instead of including your spouse in this
become shady.
This building this machine how you will, and then you want to exclude her and be like, no, like I'm running this by myself and you just fall in line when I tell you to.
Yeah.
That's not how polygamy is going to be successful. If you're smart, you're going to want your head wife, your first wife, to be in charge of bringing on the other wives because we know what the fuck crazy look like. We're not going to let no crazy bitch roll up in here. Okay? You want the first wife.
He will.
Right? Because he is not thinking clearly. If he is already in the space, why do my eyes are blue? What is this light doing? Anyways, if he is already in the space of I am running this and I am in control, then he's already on crazy and he's going to attract crazy. He's already on drama, he's going to attract drama. And he's already opened up this portal for all women to see I got a hole because she don't really matter and she ain't got to say. So yeah, I'm going to roll up in there and see that's when the whole house fall down.
Yeah, that's a good example as to why not to practice this.
So if you're going to do that's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is if you're going to practice polygamy, it is best, and according to, I gotta find the verse again. Forgive me, I don't know the Odu by heart.
But you will.
But I will find it. You're gonna want to have the head wife, the first wife, to help in the selection of bringing on the other wives because we know what to look for and we know what's going to support the house. You can't just rule out, and I'm not saying that head wife has to be solely in charge of it, but work together.
It's a decision to make together.
A decision
I would
to
assume
make together.
if I was to be in that position, maybe. Or I make it by myself. I don't know.
You can still talk about it even if it's not for you. We can still talk about things that are logical.
Definitely.
So
what is the difference between what the guy asked? He said east side versus the west side.
I don't know what they do. He was just saying that he was from East Africa.
Okay, and he wanted to know how they practice over there.
Right.
So it's common for that to happen?
And forgive me, I don't even know if it was a man. I just know a person from East Africa left a comment on our page. So he, she, I don't know.
It.
Okay. And wanted to know, being from East Africa, how is it practiced in West African tradition? So
So it's common in West African for people to do this, or is it only common for people that are into the religion, or is it something that happens there commonly?
I can only speak on what I know, and what I know about West African Ifa tradition, it is common.
It is common.
Yes.
It's normal.
Yes. Very common.
And it's also common in other religions.
For sure.
Stuff, right? Like
I'm just asking
what
his
is
question.
the religion that has, like, they do have
Mormonism?
Yeah.
I think it's Mormonism.
Or Amish? No.
I don't know. I know Mormons.
So my question to you guys is, how do you feel about polygamy?
Polygamy.
Mm-hmm. And what's the other word?
Polyandry.
Polyandry.
So, and that's what we were looking at as far as polyandry. Like, apparently it's, right before we started the show, apparently it's, it happens in, like, Nepal, Tibet. It happens in some places in China. And it happens in, what was it, northern India? Some places in India.
Yes. So, monogamy is when you actually practice what we practice, which is staying together with your same
one spouse.
One spouse.
Correct.
So I was talking to somebody about it, and they say that they don't think we are meant to be monogamous, and the divorce rate proves it.
Okay. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. I personally think, obviously, maybe having more than one partner will be fun in some areas, like. But I just don't think it's for me.
Then how
Being
is it?
married, I don't know if I agree with the part that we came here not to be monogamous or not. That's what I'm talking about. What do you think? Do you think we come here to be monogamous?
I do not think that we are naturally supposed to be monogamous, no. I think that it is something based on at least our culture of North America being a largely Christian-based society. It is something that has been forced on our society. I mean, and you're really supposed to have state and religion.
I'm thinking
government,
conservative, and you're saying state and government. I'm like, what is this?
It's supposed to have government and religion separated, but it's still really governing how North America operates, except for Utah, apparently, because we watch Salt Lake City, Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. It's dope, and I think it's completely legal there somehow, some kind of way. I think. Not sure. I know it gets done, but whether or not they do it undercover or not is what I'm saying. I believe it's legal. What was I gonna say? So my whole point is, like, I mean, listen, we can even take it back to the Bible. It's in Genesis where Adam and Eve, of course, eat from the tree of life and basically are punished. And one of the punishments of Eve is that she will only desire her husband. But that same punishment is not given to Adam. And I remember when I saw it, I'm like, pause. Wait a minute. So what I'm hearing is that women are cursed, so to speak, to have this chemical reaction and connection to just their spouse, but that same rule don't apply to men. And then we wonder why, there's so much infidelity, even why there's so many, the women to men to ratio on planet Earth, the women is greater than the men. Like, it just kind of looks like the setup is for, if we're looking at it from that foundation of what the Bible said, it kind of looks like the setup is for polygamy to happen. Right? Now, keep losing my train of thought, sorry. With that being said, even if we adopt that philosophy of what I just said, it's still not monogamy, because you're having multiple partners, even if you're a man with multiple wives. It's not monogamy. So somewhere monogamy is a lie, is all I'm saying. And all I feel is, like, at our primal state, we're much like the animals. I think that we just are forcing ourselves by way of having choice, and consciousness, that we're choosing into something because we're forced to, or we get talked about. But I think if we were at our rawness and honest with ourselves, we might choose something differently. And I also believe that monogamy gets to be a choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously, we're all choosing to do it. Not all, sorry. A lot of us are choosing to do. This light is freaking me out.
It's getting fucking light.
Sorry, I don't know what's
Look
happening.
at my face.
What is happening?
It's Halloween.
God, did we get instant facelifts?
Wow.
My eyebrows are gone.
I feel like I did a filler facial.
It looks like
This is how I would look with my lips
Can you
filled.
focus, okay.
I can't even focus looking at myself like that anymore. Oh
Okay.
my gosh.
But what was I saying? Damn. So I feel like this fucking light and the instant facelift. I don't know what I was saying. Do you remember the last thing that came out of my mouth?
You were saying.
I was saying that on our rawness, I think. Oh, and I was saying that a lot of us choose monogamy now, but I feel like we do it because we're afraid to step out.
We were raised that way, most likely. At least me. They told me, hey, you're supposed. I mean, they didn't tell me that, but I assume from what I was seeing around me that you only get married to one person, and the whole goal
and listen,
is to be faithful, be in that relationship, and stay together forever, happily.
Did you grow up Christian as well?
I'm Catholic.
Okay, so I'm not familiar if the Catholics have a different Bible other than like the King James Version or what have you. I don't know. But I know like I grew up with even believing that if I were to marry and I leave my husband, that I'm an adulteress.
Yeah.
Even if he cheated and I leave, I'm the adulteress. Like, where is the love for women? I'm just saying. And that's why I can't deal with that. Like, but these are still things that even though I practice Ifa now, it was beaten into me from a young age. And it's hard to shake that stuff off. I'm shaking it off just fine, but it wasn't easy.
So do we teach our kids that they're only supposed to marry one
I'm
person,
not
or how does that work?
I'm
going
teaching
forward?
my children that they get to be free to be whoever they are, whatever that looks like.
Yeah, live whatever life. You know, I don't have a problem with people having more than one wife or something. Just for myself, it does not apply.
Sure.
But
and all I'm saying is if you're going to have more than one wife, you need to have the know-how and the capacity emotionally, financially, to be able to sustain that relationship. You got to have the wits about you to be able to sustain it. It's not just about having a bunch of sex partners. And again, it's funny because before we came inside, we were talking about this with my husband, and when we brought up polyandry, I was like, biologically, that makes more sense because the woman has multiple orgasms and a man ejaculates, once, and then like
they have to do it.
They have to, bring in the next one. Shift change.
Have to do it all over again.
And then my husband was like, well, how would that look, trying to figure out who the father of the child was. And I'm like, doesn't matter. You're all family.
Yeah, at that point, it doesn't matter because you guys made that commitment. It's like getting
But
married.
at this day and time, you got
together.
DNA tests. It's no big deal. But, all the power in the world to the women out there who are doing that. I think it's dope. Again, we just learned about it. Like, I had heard about it before, but I wasn't sure if it was a real thing.
Yeah.
But
And
I think
also
it's
to
dope.
all the men that are being able to handle their wives and keep them all happy and, be able to balance it all.
Yeah, like sister wives, there are some serious, that's a serious bond. And I've seen it, I can't remember who I saw on Facebook. There was a couple, I'm pretty sure it was royalty in Africa, in Nigeria, I just can't remember who it was. But they were just like adoring each other, and the first wife was helping the second wife to get married for the wedding, and it was just a beautiful adoration. And
yeah, that is.
She's like, you're my sister, I can't wait. And again, I have seen it. I'm sorry. So there is another man in Nigeria who I saw with multiple wives, and they were tight. The wives were like super tight. And it was so beautiful. When you were just with him, you kind of felt like, well, do I belong here too?
Hey,
are you my sister too?
I think I can do this. This is fun.
They just had it together. And again, even the older daughters and the younger kids, they were like, mom, so or mama this or mama, everyone was mom.
I think there was some sort of show about that on TV actually, Sister Wives or something, can't remember. I wonder how the fights do look like, because all of them, do they all fight at the same time, or if I have a problem with the husband, does the other wife come in and be like, don't do that to him? Or yeah, I have the same problem. I wonder how that dynamic goes.
I don't know. This is just creepy. What is happening? God.
Wow. Me with no lashes, barely any eyebrows, my eyes. This is ghost. This is called Halloween effect. And I love it. Filters. Look at me. I have gotten finished. Don't do it, Yenny, in real life. Oh. Wow. That is
Anyways.
crazy.
What
What
is
is
happening?
Do you think
Anyways,
it's the fog?
maybe so.
Like I need to clean the.
I have a complete nose drop here. So, can you screenshot this? So, if I were to think, if there was an issue, I would imagine, there's all kind of stuff happening, I would imagine that it would need to stay between those spouses unless it absolutely couldn't be rectified and you want your household to pull together, then maybe the first wife only step in to help remedy the situation.
That's a lot of rules.
You gotta have a system.
No, yeah, for sure. But I'm saying when you're under emotions, hey, let me go to my rule book. What am I supposed to feel right now? Should I react, act, not act?
But we do
You
that.
have to be
we
very
do that.
mature.
But since we do that anyway in our monogamous relationships,
Yeah.
like we have a structure. Well, those of us who've been to therapy, we got a guidebook now on how to be healthy.
Structure on how to do this marriage life.
Thank God for structure. Thank God for therapy. And y'all,
I
by the
love
way, therapy is amazing. Don't be afraid to go to therapy. Everybody needs an outlet to vent, to talk, to get support. Why are you laughing? What? Faces. Yeah.
Yeah, no, therapy is amazing. I think it's the best thing I've ever done in my life.
For sure.
Definitely.
You fought in therapy for me.
I've
Best
been
thing.
going to therapy since January. Oh my God, it's gonna be almost a year. I can't believe it, and I guess I still have more work to do. I'm like once a month now.
Okay.
I went back to that, even though I might go back to bi-weekly or whatever. But
I am
right now,
every week.
once a month. I did every week until last week. So I'm gonna see, or not once a month. I'm gonna see her again in 3 weeks. But she's been amazing. What I have gone through. Woo! It is a lot. And talking about therapy, I'll just share a little bit about myself. What I'm going through right now. I have a new assignment to do.
Okay.
And it's to write a letter to my 15-year-old self.
Ooh.
Yes, I won't elaborate a lot of the details and stuff. That's another topic. But yeah, I'm excited to do that. I was definitely in pain and afraid when the instructions were given to me at first. My first reaction was to cry. So obviously there's something there for me to dig. But I'm excited to do that. And I already started kind of writing the letter.
Okay.
So therapy is great. Dealing with trauma, letting go of pain, accepting whatever happened versus what could have, or
Yeah.
all of that stuff. It's amazing. So growth is what I'm striving for
Ashe.
every day, all day.
Yeah, we get to use all of the tools around us to be our best possibility. Like
Yeah.
it's insane not to.
Yeah, actually, I'm working with 3 different therapists at the moment. I was like, wow, I have a team of therapists in my corner. What is going on with me?
Okay. Why do you have 3?
I have my marriage counselor.
Okay.
I have my private therapy, and now I have I'm doing a personal development program. So I'm considering that therapy as well because it's very
For sure.
It's like kind of like everything I'm doing between the marriage and the other lady in another kind of word and format, but it's the outcome is the same. We're
Okay.
digging, we are accepting, and we're releasing.
What's the self-development called?
Unleash your best.
Okay.
And the funny thing is, the whole time I thought it was called Unleash Your Beast. So I'm like, yes, this beast needs to come out. I am ready. But it's your best, but I am calling it Unleash Your Beast. So, yeah. I was like, beast. Very cool.
Ashe. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I did a self-development class. Oh my God. I can't even remember the years. I did it with Keandre, actually. That was hard.
It's very hard.
Self-discovery class. It was hard. But I'm glad that I did it.
Yeah.
And I'm super glad I did it with him.
It's hard. For me, I think the hardest part about doing all of that stuff is the consistency of it.
Mhm.
Like being able to show up every time and do all the work on my own because I don't have that babysitter nanny. At the end of the day, I have to do. That's the hardest part for me when it comes to doing this. But I am pushing through, and I guess gotta see if I can break that horrible cycle of mine.
Ashe, you can do it.
Yeah.
You're more
Sure.
than capable, you're strong, you're determined. I've never seen you more driven since I've known you to like just figure out the universe of yourself.
Yeah.
So you got this. So I think that about wraps up our time. Yeah, we're at 29:30. Is there anything else you wanted to say about polygamy or?
Nothing. If anybody does practice this, please reach out. We'd love to talk. Maybe we can dig deeper or
tell us how you function. Like, is it, are we kind of
what made you want to go that route? It's more that obviously I can see the positive of wanting to go more routes. Two is better than one. In every aspect of life, like 2 cups of coffee, 2 drinks, $2 million, 2 husbands, 2 wives, 2 kids. Better than one. But not for everybody, I don't think. And obviously I think you have to have the right mindset. I would like to know how these people just woke up or made that decision. Was it something that was presented to them? Was it something that they always wanted to do since they were a kid? Was it something that they learned later on in life? Was it something that they experienced marriage alone and it's like, this is kind of boring. I can't be doing this on my own. I'm not doing laundry, dishes, raising kids, taking care of him, taking care of myself alone. I need like a team.
Yeah.
Or were they brainwashed by the husband?
Yeah. For people who may be out there, I can't call like people who are I can't even talk. Currently, like maybe cheating on your spouses. Is this something that you really actually want and you don't feel free to do so because of the society that we live in? Like,
that's another thing that I would like to know. If anybody is actually having this relationship but not legally, or the other person doesn't know.
So let's be clear.
Would they want to what is the thing when you
confess? What?
No, transition, or like when you turn to the other side. Will you guys want to come to the polygamous side instead of living your life in a lie or?
Well, see, I can say this: when it comes to people that are having an affair, there's a couple things going on. I think that yes, by nature, that there is something calling to them. Because remember, like I said, by our odus, we'll know if this is something that is beneficial for you, right? That's something you're supposed to be doing. So if that is going on with you, and let's say you're not initiated to Ifan, you don't know your Odu, and you're just, you feel the need to be with multiple women, if you're a guy, sorry, is what I'm talking about, then that's going on. But then there's also a careless and selfish thing going on, because again, having multiple sex partners is not the same.
It's not the same
as polygamy, because polygamy is you are providing and you are taking care of those wives. If you were just going around
where everybody is okay
and everybody is in agreement and is on the same page, if you're just running around lying and sticking your dick in people, that is not polygamy. And what is your point? What is your purpose? What is it like? That's what I'm calling you to ask. What is it you're trying to do or accomplish, or you feel you need to accomplish
by doing?
Is this resonating for you? Like, do you feel like you can have multiple wives? Are you up for the task of being that responsible as a man, instead of just dicking people down and carrying on about your business?
Yeah. Maybe we can help these people transition. I think that's the word that I'm looking for. Transition
to being honest.
Yeah. Just be like, hey, so I really think I would like to have 2 wives. Now I'm going again off the topic and giving advices to men that I don't even know. But will you be right?
I'm listening.
Into maybe forming a bigger marriage. I think people should start asking that question to your spouses if you are.
Get to ask your spouse if they're open.
Yeah. I'm definitely not going to ask mine today at all, and I'm okay. But if you have the need to ask yours, go for it. Let's be honest. Let's be real.
A no. And only because, like, I fulfill all of his needs. Like, I am every woman in his life. Like, seriously, all bullshit aside, like, he's like, I don't need no more. Like, I'm good.
Yeah, I asked him 20 minutes ago or whatever before we started the video. He was like, no,
it's not necessary.
I think that's where he draws the line in polygamous. From what he said.
That's where he draws the line?
Yeah. When feelings, and now we are, into the whole other thing.
Yeah, because it's work. Chris ain't up for that. He's like, more work? I'm good. Kenna is holding it down. Yeah. We're good. So.
Yeah, I think my husband doesn't want one either, but I'll just ask just in case. But I think we've had this conversation before. No, but why not? I'm going to ask him in case he wants another wife.
And allow his...
I'm not going to allow him. I just want to know what he wants. I don't want another sister wife at all.
That's not what I was going to say was allow it. I was saying just allow him to speak his truth without you, like, being ready to jump down his throat or anything.
I'll record my question to him, see how he reacts to what he says, okay? I'll be the first to start the trend.
New TikToks coming up.
Yes,
is it
new TikTok? Yes.
Oh, it's fine. I love it.
Asking my husband if he wants a second wife. Okay, wait for that one, okay?
We love you guys. We hope you enjoyed this episode, which we will call Polygamy and Polyandry.
Yes, and excuse our Halloween look looks freaking
It's
good. I might be
fantastic.
that. I don't know exactly. I feel like Kylie Jenner with no makeup on.
You definitely look like a Kardashian right now.
I am a Kardashian.
I look like their friend. We're out. Bye.